Happy Thursday, third grade. Today for math, we are going to match mixed numbers to models. So we're going to have the fraction models and we have to figure out what is the correct fraction. So let's go over this a little bit. So here, right here, I gave you the answers right away, but we'll go over it more in depth. So here we have 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 holes. So we have 3 circles. This is all shaded in. So we're going to ask, what is the fraction of the shaded in red? So 1, 2. 2 holes are shaded in. So I would just have the 2 right here because it represents the holes. But then when I go to this one, the whole circle isn't shaded in. So it wouldn't count as 3. So that's where I have to build my fraction. So I say I have 2 parts red, out of a total of 6 parts of the whole. So 2 holes and 2 6. So it represents, this 2 represents the holes, 1, 2, and 2 6 represents the 2 parts out of the 6 total parts. So when I move down here, I have 1 hole shaded in. So 1 blue circle is shaded in. So that represents my 1 right here. And then when I get to this one, I can't count it as 2 because it's not all shaded in blue. 2 parts out of the 6 total parts are shaded in. So it would be written as 1 and 2, 6. So 2 and 2, 6 represents the 2 holes and the 2 parts of the 6 parts. That's my fraction. This one represents our 1 hole and our 2 parts out of the 6 equal parts. 1 and 2, 6. And I forgot my and. So we're going to be given the fraction model, and then we have to figure out, okay, what is the correct fraction that represents that? So let's look at our example. We're asking which mixed number is shown. The first thing we're going to do is count our whole parts that are shaded in. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes are all colored in. So we know that it's going to be 4. And we see a 4 right here. This is a 3, but there's more than 3 holes. There's not 5 holes because remember, this one's not all the way filled in. And the same with this one. So we have the 4. Now we look down here. This square is broken up into 2 equal parts. 1, 2. And only 1 part is filled in. So just like our numerator and our denominator, the bottom number, shows how many equal parts there are. There's 1, 2. 2 equal parts. And how many parts are shaded in? 1 out of the 2 equal parts. So it'd be 4 and a half. So it shows 1 part shaded in out of a total 2 equal parts. So we're going to talk this through what we just did. So the first thing we do is count the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 holes. Now, after we count the holes, that's when we find the fraction part. So again, there were 2 equal parts. 1 was colored in blue. So the fraction would be 1 over 2. 1 part colored in out of a total of 2 equal parts. And when we write the whole number and the fraction part together, that gives us a mixed number. So 4 and a half. That shows our mixed number. We have a whole number and a fraction. So let's do some more examples together. So this is when it can get kind of confusing. So remember, the first thing we're doing is counting the holes, which means all equal parts are colored in the shape. So we have 1, 2, 3. 3 holes. So we know it's 3. So let's first eliminate some of our choices. So this says 2 holes. Nope. And this says 2 holes. Nope. So we automatically know, those are not our answers. So now we look at our fraction, and this is what's going to give us our fraction. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equal parts. So we know the denominator should be 4 because our whole is divided up into 4 smaller squares. And we look here, our denominator, they both have the number 4. So let's figure out the top number is how many are shaded in. 1, 2, 3. So our fraction should be 3 out of 4, so 3/4. Here, this one shows 2, but there's more than 2 colored in. This one shows 3, so it's 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, and then our fraction, 3 out of a total of 4, 3/4. And it should say correct. Super. All right, so let's do one more together. So we're trying to see what is the correct mixed number shown. So the first thing we're doing, counting our wholes. 1, 2, 3. All three of these, all equal parts are all filled in, so we know it's 3. And all of these show 3. So now we go to our fraction part. What are the total number of equal parts this circle is cut into? 1, 2, 3. So we know our denominator should be 3 because it's showing the equal parts of the whole. So our bottom number of the fraction should be 3. Well, this is 4. It's not cut into 4 equal shapes, and it's not cut into 2 equal parts. So these wouldn't count, but both of these have 3. So now we have to focus on our numerator. How many parts are shaded in? Well, 1 out of the 3 are shaded, so our fraction should be 1/3. 1 over 3. And right here, this shows the 3 wholes, and then our fraction, 3 equal parts, 1 shaded in. All right, so take your time, make sure you're counting the wholes first, and then we're working on the fraction. Have fun, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, 3rd grade.